Alright, welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Once again, it has been a while between uploads. You know, my last video with the trimmed rune crafting cape actually did pretty decently. At least by my modest standards, we racked up a couple of thousand views. And most of my videos are only watched by one guy living alone in the woods in Finland in a cabin. So probably the smart thing to do would be to double down on content creation and strike while the iron is hot, so to speak. But, you know, between my day job and gym and post-grad, there really are just so many hours in a day. And when I get some of my precious free time on the weekends, really all I ever want to do is relax in a vegetative state and recharge my batteries. A couple other excuses from the last few months include getting into Baldur's Gate 3, and I went back to Japan again. Luckily though, I do have some good account progression to report. After I hit 99 hit points in my last video, the Rubicon had been crossed, the purity tainted, the innocence gone, with my rune crafting cape tainted with its corrupting trim. And I'm now a man with nothing left to lose, and we have been racking up 99s left, right, and center. In addition to hitting 99 strength, which you might have seen in the YouTube short, I am now 99 attack and 99 defense, meaning that along with the 99 hit points from my last video, we're officially max melee stats. Almost all of this was done once again at the Dagonoths, meaning that we have built up juicy stacks of seeds in the seed box, which is going to be very important for my long-term potion making aspirations. On that note, you can see we're already up to 86 with at least enough bag to probably get past 87. And that's mostly just growing herbs from the seeds I collected passively while training. I've been getting a huge amount of mileage from the Irid seeds especially, as the new dyes can just be bought in noted form from the potion shop with the druids. And as you may or may not know, as an ultimate Iron Man, I cannot use the bank, and therefore anything that I can get in noted form en masse is going to be huge when it comes to potion making secondaries. Same reason that snapdragons go very far, as I can get red spider eggs from the Tower of Life. After maxing the combat, I was also looking at leveling up thieving. Originally I planned to do this through pickpocketing master farmers, hoarding up even more seeds in the process. But I pretty quickly realised this would involve actually playing the game and clicking a lot. So I went back to thieving houses in Valamore. But the good thing about this method is that I also had a chance to train up my fletching levels while I'm collecting the keys, because there's a 30-second interval or something like that when you're just standing around doing nothing while you're waiting for the urchins to distract the guards again, and you don't really need any inventory space, so it's great for another activity like fletching. And so I was able to continue making my 400,000 stack of broad arrows, bringing me up to the all-important 91 fletching, which meant I could cook up a dragon fruit pie for a temporary boost to 95 fletching, meaning I could finally fletch some dragon darts in the desert for the Elite Diary task. Let me tell you, I've been carrying around those dragon dart chips since the age of the dinosaurs, ever since I got them from 4th Earth Dungeon years ago. So it is very nice to have that completed and to free up that space in the looting bag. And then along with that, I was also able to hit 99 thieving as the 6th max skill on the account. Thieving is a pretty useful skill, both IRL and in the game, so I imagine there will be plenty of post-max XP to come in the future. And it's also nice to have the perk of the skill cape, which is the 10% boost to the pickpocketing rate. I then proceeded to lock myself in the frozen prison of Wintertot for about 4 or 5 days straight, and finally decided to max out fire making. Let me tell you, the changes they made to warmth system a little while ago made this the freest grind in the world. I didn't max fire making near the start of the account like a lot of other people do, because I'm a special little snowflake and I wanted to prove I wasn't like all the other irons. But the way it used to work is that periodically, while you're building fires for the minigame, this windswept chill would blow through your body, interrupting what you're doing, and it does damage calculated as a portion of your max HP. And that's part of the reason for the longest time the meta was to rush Wintertot right at the start of the account, because even when you're getting chonked for like a third of your HP, it's still like a 3 or a 4. And this means you can sustain yourself with peasant food like cakes or pineapple rings. And yeah, as well, there are other reasons you do it at the start, because it gives a lot of useful supplies and that sort of thing. But if you max out your HP, like I've done, 99 hit points by the way, and then Wintertot hits you, you're going to be taking massive damage and chomping down on sharks and brews. And I had basically already made my peace with having to sacrifice my raw shark stack at some point to get through the Wintertot prison, but I was not looking forward to it. But now you've got this little warmth bar which gets impacted by the cold instead of your HP. So that goes down every time you get hit by the cold wind. It's still technically a dangerous game, since if your warmth goes all the way down to 0, you get one shot insta-killed, no matter what your HP level is. But this does bring a certain level of equity between high levels and low levels doing the minigame. It's all the same bar going down. And then there's also these potions you can make in the game itself to restore warmth, so you don't have to bring your own outside food. And then the other, even bigger change for a UIM is they changed the way the crates work. The way it used to be is you finish a game, if you got over the minimum threshold of points, then the reward crate would just appear in your inventory. And for all these bank cucks, it was just a mild inconvenience, because it would just mean you had to deposit the crate, every round or every couple of rounds to free up the space again. But for a UIM, this would basically mean you had to leave and use up the reward, plant the seeds, cut the gems, cook the fish, what have you. But you had to stop what you were doing, leave the minigame to go use those up, or you put it in your looting bag. But even that requires a trip out to the wildy, and that has a limited number of spaces. But it meant you couldn't stack wards en masse. But now it works like Temporos, where you get the rewards as points, and then you can just pull from the reward horse here, and you can stack thousands of points at once, which I did. I didn't get anything absolutely game-changing, but it was a nice bit of XP in crafting, cooking, herb lore, farming, all good things. And then, after that, with the 400,000 broad arrows I had from leveling up fletching, I decided to also finish my range training. And now with close to max combat stats, I think I am finally in a position to do some of the more challenging PVM and questing that I've been putting off for a while. I have been putting this off. Limited inventory space does mean I can't load up on as many combo foods. I don't have ready access to anglers. But I've got supersets to boost the attack, strength, and defense. I've got Sara brews and super restores. If I'm on point, the clicks are right, and I'm locked in, I think we can clutch this one out. And there you have it. It wasn't easy, but we completed Vampire Slayer. Absolutely massive for the account. So this video was really just the last few months of progress. I am going to say I would like to upload more frequently going forward, but I think I say that almost every video, so we will just have to see what happens. And with that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.